Good morning, everyone. Good morning, netizens. Happy Universal Acceptance Day celebration. And my friend, Dr. Nabil Benamar, you are welcome. We are happy to have you in our midst this morning. And without wasting time, I hope you can hear me, please. Am I audible?
Very audible, sir.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Sure. All right. So without wasting time, I will go ahead and give my opening speech so that the program can continue. Thank you very much. Fellow Nigerians, distinguished guests, internet enthusiasts, today we celebrate Universal Acceptance Day, a day dedicated to ensuring the internet is truly accessible for all. Here in Nigeria, we have a vibrant and growing online community, but there is still work to be done. The internet offers a wealth of opportunities, education, communication, commerce, and so much more. But if our written languages, cultural expressions, and domain names are not recognized online, then a significant portion of our population is left behind. This is why universal acceptance is so crucial. It's about ensuring that the internet reflects the rich diversity of our world, including the many languages spoken right here in Nigeria. Of course, you will agree with me that we have so many languages in Nigeria, the Yoruba, the Hausa, the Igbo, the Efik, and so on and so forth. When websites and applications can display our characters and domain names correctly, it empowers Nigerians to participate fully in the digital age. Let's delve deeper into what universal acceptance entails. The introduction of new generic top-level domains, GTLDs, like .com, .ng, and Africa, mark the largest expansion of the domain name system, DNS, to date. With over 1,200 active GTLDs, representing various scripts and characters strings, and more than 60 IDN, country code top-level domain names, that's CTLDs, like .ng for Nigeria. UA ensures a truly multilingual and digitally inclusive internet. UA is a fundamental requirement for this inclusivity. It ensures that all valid domain names, including long new TLDs and email addresses, can be used by all internet-enabled applications, devices, and systems, regardless of script, language, or character length. UA also supports email address internalization, that is EAI standards. Allow email mailbox names to use characters from local languages and scripts. In today's rapidly evolving internet landscape, organizations and businesses need UA-ready systems and services to thrive. Now, let's explore the compelling benefits of UA as it were. Achieving UA ensures everyone has the ability to navigate and communicate on the internet using the domain name and email address that best aligns with their interest, business, culture, language, and script. This inclusivity is key to bringing the next billion people online, many of whom currently face linguistic barrier. When organizations and businesses are UA ready, they unlock future success and potential business growth by supporting their customers' chosen identity. UA-ready websites, applications, and services lead to better user experiences, foster greater competition and innovation, and ultimately provide consumers with more choice. The Nigeria chapter of Internet Society, ISOC, is proud to be at the forefront of this movement. We are working with government agencies, educational institutions, and the private sector to promote universal acceptance. This year's theme, Building an Inclusive Internet for All, resonates deeply with our mission. We want an internet that is accessible, affordable, and relevant to everyone in Nigeria. Let me highlight some of our ongoing efforts. Collaborating with agencies to develop policies that promote universal acceptance, organizing workshops and training sessions to raise awareness among developers and content creators, working with local communities to ensure their languages and cultural expressions are represented online.
I don't know why. Number one, this phone, maybe I will not even use the other one. It's not the type with plug-in. Two, this thing that.
Are you with me?
Yes, apology, Mr. President. Go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. Let me take that again. But we can't do this alone. I call upon all of you to join us in this endeavor, and that is why my very good friend Nabil is here today. If you're a developer, ensure your application supports universal acceptance standard. If you're a content creator, make sure your website displays Nigerian languages and characters correctly. If you're an educator, integrate universal acceptance principle into your curriculum. Together, we can build an internet that is inclusive, empowering, and reflect the true diversity of Nigeria. Let's celebrate this Universal Acceptance Day with a renewed commitment to bridging the digital divide and ensuring a brighter future for all Nigerians online. Thank you very much. My name remains Engineer Kunle Olorundare, your humble servant. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Vice President.
Thank you, Mr. President, sir, for that speech, eloquently delivered, and also tailored to address the Universal Acceptance Day. We want to appreciate your leadership for this August occasion in March. Thank you so much. Moving on, and without taking too much of our time, I want to use this opportunity to invite our distinguished leader from the Universal Acceptance. I take it that we all have our pen and paper and that we have jotted down most of the points Honorable President has stated. These are the foundation block that would address some of our questions and also usher us into understanding universal acceptance. On that note, we have here a distinguished gentleman and a professional who will take the liberty, of course, to introduce us into understanding more about universal acceptance, what the UASG stands for, and what we can do as a citizen in the ecosystem. He's a professor of computer science from Mole Ismail University of Mekins and Al-Akram University in Ifrin. He is currently serving as the Vice Chair of the Universal Acceptance Sectoral Working Group, as well as the Chair of the UASG Measurement Working Group. Now, he is an IPv6 expert, an IPv6 trainer with multiple international organizations. He became an expert in internet governance after completion of the ISOC Next Generation e-learning program and has been an ISOC ambassador to the IGF, a Google panelist at the first Arab IGF, an ISOC to the IGF. Kindly mute your mic when you... Having an interference. Awad Said, kindly mute yourself. Apologies. So, taking the last paragraph again, he became an expert in internet governance after completion of the ISOC Next Generation e-learning program and has been an ISOC ambassador to the IGF, a Google panelist at the first Arab IGF, an ISOC fellow to the IETF, and an ICANN fellow. He is also a member of the Arabic Generation Panel and chair of the Task Force for Arabic IDMs. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome no other person than Nabil Benamar. Professor, please, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for this nice introduction. Thank you. So please let me, give me the right to, or the permission to share my screen. Okay, very good. So now I can see that, yes. Okay. Can you see my slides?
Yes, we can.
Okay, very good. Very good. So welcome again to this session on universal acceptance for domain names and email addresses. My name is Nabil Benamar from Morocco. I'm the UASG Vice Chair and the UASG Measurement Working Group Chair. So it's my pleasure to be with you today to discuss and to present this concept for those who are not yet aware of universal acceptance. And it will be a debate between us. So just feel free to ask any question about this. So here is some basics that we need to talk about. It's related to this digital inclusion, which is a long-term commitment from the United Nations. In fact, United Nations has sponsored the World Summit of Information, so WSIS, for building the information society. And they have presented these principles, and they have affirmed these principles by the global community during this meeting in Geneva, Summit 2003, which reflects the fact that we need to have an internet with multilingual internet that is available for everyone, to build the people-centered, inclusive, and development-oriented information society, where everyone can create, access, use, and share information and knowledge. So this can be done only if we have this multilingualism in the internet. And here we need to distinguish between two things. When we are talking about multilingualism, we are not focusing on the web, because a lot of people have been confusing these two facts. So the fact that the content in the web is in different languages, it doesn't mean that the internet is multilingual. This is only one of the application of the internet that is multilingual. And in this case, it's the web. To make the internet multilingual, we need to go forward to see other applications and other services like the DNS, like the email, and all other services. In fact, we live in a multilingual world. Here we have some recent statistics about the most languages used on the web. We have 57% of content is in English, and the rest, 43% for the rest of the languages. But if we want to compare this with the statistics about the native speakers, we have Mandarin, which is Chinese, more than 1 billion users, and Spanish comes second, and English is the third, with Arabic is the fourth. So, and English will be decreasing by the time. So it represents 57% of the total written content online, and this percentage definitely is decreasing. So to build an internet that is multilingual, this will significantly contribute toward a knowledge-based society by bridging the digital gap. The linguistic diversity online was definitely a key principle that comes from the declaration of WCS in Geneva. And they have led to the commitment towards multilingualization of the internet. Later on, 2005, during the WCS Tunis agenda. And they have included specific asks for the following: advance the introduction of multilingualism in domain names and email addresses by implementing programs and strengthening cooperation for their global deployments. So definitely here we are talking about two services which are domain names and email addresses. So this is the DNS and this is the email. But in the UASG, the Universal Acceptance City Group, yes, we are working on these two main applications or services in the internet, which is the domain name and the email address. But we want to ensure that domain names, email addresses are well presented, are correctly presented, and accepted by all software and applications when they are written in non-Latin scripts. So that's the main thing when we talk about universal acceptance. So here we have a map about this multilingualism that we have in the internet, the different scripts that are used. So we are not talking about languages, but also about the script. This is the main thing that we are working on, how we can create a domain name with the non-Latin script, to create it and then go forward to see if it's accepted in all other applications, as we will see later on. Same thing for the email. So let me remind you about the definition of a domain name and what is done from the ICANN side. So a domain name is a unique name that forms the basis of the uniform resource locator, the URL, that is used by us to get to some resources on the internet. So the domain name itself identifies a specific address on the internet that belongs to an entity that represents an institution or an individual or something. So this address is the IP address. It can be IPv4 or IPv6. So here is an example. So for example, wikipedia.org has this address. So the DNS is this interface between us as users, who tends to remember names rather than numbers, and the internet infrastructure, where you have all these interconnection nodes, routers, switches, servers, and all other computers, that they work with numbers, with IP addresses. These are the identifiers. So we need this interface between us, which is the DNS. So the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, which is ICANN, helps coordinate and supports these unique identifiers in the world. And its mission is to ensure the stability of this global internet. What is the evolution of the top-level domain? So the top-level domain is the last part of a domain name. So when you have, for example, wikipedia.org is the top-level domain. In the past, top-level domains, TLDs, have mostly been created using 2 or 3 letters. That was the maximum allowed by the RFC, which is the standard developed by IETF. So here, for example, and we had only limited numbers of these top-level domains like .com, .org, .net, .edu, and you have the country code top-level domains. So the evolution of the DNS has allowed for newer and longer TLDs. So we have some more than 1,200 new generic top-level domains that are different from the classical ones, the common ones that we know, these ones, and from the country code top-level domains. So we have new long, like photography or .London or .Paris, etc. And we have also the country code top-level domains that are internationalist. So we talk about IDNs, international domain names, which allow for domain names in local languages and scripts to be written. Like, for example, this one in Chinese and .mithal in Arabic. So that can be a top-level domain in the Arabic script. So other labels within a domain name can also be internationalist, allowing for a domain name, the whole domain name, to be written in a local script or language. IDNs are separate from online content, which can also be multilingual. So IDN is the address bar. So this is the DNS. Implementing IDNs, it means that we are making the DNS multilingual, and multi-scripts can accept different scripts, different set of characters. So here are some examples. So before 2009, we had only generic TLDs, like .com, .edu, etc. And we have the country code top-level domains. After 2009, the introduction of ID and CC TLDs, so all countries, majority, not all countries, have their own country code top-level domain in their own scripts. Still, some have still didn't request from ICANN the creation of their own country code top-level domain in their own script. So the work is still in progress. We are not yet done. After 2012, the introduction of the new GTLD program with long GTLDs and new short. We have long, long, like technology London, photography Paris, except Toyota, for example. And you have some new shorts, .car, .rio, etc. Here we are focusing on this. We are reminding us about this fact because still, even though we are working in the UASG about universal acceptance for non-Latin script, but
recording stopped.
Still we are facing problems related to this new short and new long. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. So now we have 62 for 43 top-level domains that are written in the non-Latin script, so IDNs, as you can see. So we have really different IDNs that have been created, and we have more than 90 IDN GTLD that have been delegated. And here is the second part of our work, which is about the email address. So initially, email addresses were also not available in local languages and scripts, so that we cannot create an email address using non-Latin scripts. After the introduction of this concept, which is email address internationalization, this has allowed for having email addresses in local languages and other scripts. When we talk about other scripts, we are mainly referring to non-Latin scripts. So international email addresses are not related to the text in the body, but the address itself. So here are some examples of IDNs. So this one is in Armenian, this one Oriya, Georgian, Korean, Malayalam, and another one in Arabic. So the thing that we can notice here from these few examples, that, for example, for the Arabic script, we have two things. We have first that the domain name is written in non-Latin script, as is the case for the other ones, but also we have the direction of the writing. The writing in Arabic is from right to left. So look at the dots, dot is here. So this is the top level domain. So we will notice that majority of applications that are still not UA ready will reverse this one, meaning that it will be written from left to right, which is a total and wrong email or IDN or domain name for this one. So this is for you to understand this for non-Arabic speakers. تجربة القبول الشامل .Mauritania. Mauritania for Mauritania. Okay. And here are some examples of internationalist email addresses, also with the Armenian, Chinese, as you can see, the Bengali. Here for Arabic, for example, as you can see, so this is the mailbox, تجربة البريد الإلكتروني at تجربة القبول الشامل موريتانيا. So this is the IDN, this is the domain name, and this is the mailbox name. Okay, so this is another challenge for the Arabic script. By the way, the Arabic script is not only used in Arabic as a language, but also for many other languages. I think in Nigeria you have some local languages that use the Arabic script to write their own language. We have also here Urdu and Farsi, for example, for Iran. So these are the main or major languages that have a huge community, and they are using the Arabic scripts to write their own language. So what is the main challenge? The main challenge is not only to being able to create a domain name in a non-Latin script, or to create an email address, an international email address, but how these two things can be correctly used in other application and software. Here is, for example, a newsletter where you are asked to join the mail list to enter your email address. And if you do so, you will see that there is a notification automatically that there is a problem. Please enter a valid email address. This is a frustration for the user. This is a frustration experience for the user to see that he is not able to join the mailing list because he has an email address written in the Arabic script, for example, in this case, and it has not been accepted by the software. So this is not a communication between the client and the server, not necessarily. This is some JavaScript locally executed in this case that will check if the field has been correctly filled or not. Correctly filled means that you have Latin script, you have a written address from left to right, because they suppose that all languages have the same direction, writing direction from left to right, which is not the case. So our work in the measurement working group is to assess all these applications and software and platforms and see if they are treating well, if I might say, the email address internationalist or domain names that are in non-Latin scripts. So the EI acceptance rates inform fields on the 2000 website, top 2000 website. This is something that has been done by the UASG, this study, and we have these statistics. So we are still facing really huge challenges for a majority of them. So as you can see here, for big acceptance rate is for example, the classical ones, ASCII at ASCII.NewShort. New shorts like .sky, for example, it's not 100%, meaning that we still have some challenges here that we need to fix. Some applications are not accepting or recognizing the new short domain names. New long, same thing, but if you go and use something not ASCII, so here idn.ascii, for example, you are decreasing the acceptance rate. Same thing for ASCII.ASCII, IDN, Unicode ASCII at ASCII, and Unicode IDN definitely. These are the two main challenges that we can see here. This is totally in non-Latin scripts. And here from right to left. So it's the same thing, but for right to left, which means that you have a different writing direction. So there is still a lot of work that we need to do in this regard. Also, the AI support percentage and versus the total unique MX, so mail server that have been tested, and we can see that we have still some variable statistics here, and we don't have full support of email address or international email addresses from the email servers that are available in the net. In the UASG website, you can go to the UASG website and you can test and check if your email provider server is accepting the email address internationalization. So you can just type your email address here and click on check address, and you will see if it's accepted or not. What do we mean by this? We mean that your server can handle these addresses, can transmit the address. If you send an email from your mailbox to an international email address, it will be processed by your server. Same thing, if you receive an email address that's from an international email address to your mailbox, you will get it, you will receive it. So this is the level one. The level two, which is much more important for us, and this is the remaining challenge in this regard, is to be able to create a new account, a new email address using non-Latin script. Until now, the big email providers in the internet are still not able to do so. And the discussion between us and them is still ongoing. So this is about the digital inclusion. Once again, this is an opportunity for us to bring the remaining citizens of the world that are not connected to the internet to benefit from this huge technology, this technology that has transforms the world where we are living, how we are doing our jobs, how we are learning, how we are playing games, how we exist in the internet ecosystem. So the remaining 1/3 of the world population still aren't online, and primarily from Asia and Africa. And then we need to bring them and to encourage them to get access. It's not only about the infrastructure, but also about the language being used. A lot of people in this world can use only one language. So, and then one set of characters, one script. So for these people, for this citizen of the world, they should have the same rights to benefit from the advantages of using the internet. So by enabling the multilingualism for all services, for all applications, definitely this will help. So what is universal acceptance? So here is a simple definition, or the main problem, or the main motivation for having the universal acceptance. So here we say that even though the DNS has evolved, the checks used by many software applications to validate the domain name and email address remain outdated. So here we are referring to the applications that, like the form, an application form, software for form, that is still outdated because it doesn't accept a non-Latin script-based address or domain name. Same thing for all online portals that are not able to, that are not helping the user to create an account in non-Latin scripts, which is the same case. So this is considered as a technical compliance best practice. UA solve these issues by ensuring all valid domain names and email addresses, regardless of the script being used or the language or the character length, can be used equally by all internet-enabled applications, devices, and systems. So this is the main definition of the concept of universal acceptance. So the goal is that to make all valid domain names and email addresses work well in all software applications. The impact will be huge to promote consumer choice, improve competition, bring all citizens of the world to the internet. Here are some examples. Domain name that may not work in applications like this one. So this is the new short. This is the new long. This is a Unicode. Email addresses, here we have also, as you can see it as ASCII, but the fact that we have accents here, so this one is considered as Unicode so that we can represent it, but still, this will not be accepted by the majority of applications we have. So it's not only about non-Latin scripts. So here we have a Latin script, so it's written in French, so we have accents, and many other languages have accents in their language, but they are not able to use accents to create domain names or to create email addresses. As you can see, there is no domain name right now that is written in using accents. So the Unicode, the main difference between ASCII and Unicode, ASCII was the first standard to be used to create or to code to represent characters and numbers and some symbols, special characters for computers, but it's highly limited to represent the remaining languages, to write Arabic, to write Cyrillic, to write Chinese, Korean, Japanese, etc. So why does the UA matter? It can help supporting a diverse and multilingual internet, enable greater competition on innovation for all these citizens of the world, and improve the consumer choice, whether he wants this script or this one, this language or this one. We are not dictating what should be the main language or the main script to be used. It carries advantage for developers, system administrators, and policymakers for reaching their goals. So how can we make application UA ready? Is by respecting these principles. So we have 5. We have the domain name and the email address should be accepted, validated, processed, stored, and displayed. So this is a call for action so that we can move forward. This has been also embraced by the ITU. So it's not only about the UNESCO, and so this is also by the ITU and many other organizations. So they say that we need to ID and contribute to sustainable development through the promotion of greater internet accessibility, and its use in different languages. We need to continue implementing technical solutions to enhance this implementation of IDNs. And they recognize the role played by governments, technical communities, and other stakeholders for enabling this technology, and the importance of the community engagement to get a better understanding of existing challenges so that we can go forward and solve and fix the remaining issues. The ICANN community organized to promote UA readiness globally, including the Universal Acceptance Steering Group. So we are a group, we are a steering group, UASG.tech. You can go to UASG.tech to see our charter, our structure, our working groups, and the documents that we have published so far, many reports, many presentations. So we have a document hub that is really rich. So I'm inviting you to go to visit our website and to go through the documents so that you can learn more about universal acceptance and the activities we are doing. So for this call, we have some UA readiness activities. So we are organizing outreach to raise awareness. We are conducting some studies to identify the remaining technical gaps and determining the solutions to fix these technical gaps, submitting bug reports for relevant tools, system, and application. And we are also definitely conducting some technical training. So after awareness, definitely we need to do some training. And after training, we need to do some adoption to see and to check if a given community has been able to deploy universal acceptance in their system. And then what are the remaining issues, what are the successful stories, etc. And finally, we have developed a curricular recommendation for IT programs that can be seen in this link here. So this is also one of the big achievements in our measurement working group. So everybody can help achieve UA. Technology enables, technology developers, email software and service providers, government policymakers, academia including all these new modules in their existing courses, so that the students know about the possibility of the concept of internationalization, and that we can do everything in different scripts. So we need to think differently on how we are tackling the courses or the computer science related courses like databases, programming, operating systems, software, all programming languages, also for networks, for security, etc. Network services like the DNS, the email, etc. So all these modules should be now taught in the academia, in universities, with a new content. I mean, the existing content patched, if I may say, with some internationalization content, and to prepare the new engineers to be able to deploy universal acceptance. So I think this is all for me. These are just the role or different roles for different stakeholders, how they can implement or how they can help do so. And for you also, you can also join the ICANN Fellowship Program, the ICANN Next Gen, to get familiar with the ICANN work and to stick to one of the consortium or the constituencies that we have and the groups that we have within ICANN. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nabil. Thank you. You did wonderfully well, and I must really, really appreciate what you have done for Internet Society Nigeria chapter. I know some of our members may have questions, but if I were a novice, you have educated me enough for me to become a UASG, let me coin the word, fellow.
Okay, or ambassador. Yeah,
Yeah.
or ambassador.
That's why you have to...
We have a program for ambassadorship.
So at least
anytime you can apply.
Yield the floor back.
You or our friends here among us, you can apply for the ambassadorship program that we have in UASG so that you became an UA ambassador.
Okay, so you all heard it from him, not from me. That's why I didn't use the same word, so that he would be the one to mention it. And we are fortunate we have an ambassador in the house. We are fortunate we have an ambassador. We are fortunate also that the person speaking to us is not just a professor, but an ICANN fellow. You know, I will come to all of that. Mr. President will be informed duly, and all other members of the House will be informed duly when we'll be having the ICANN discussion. On that note, I will first want to recognize a friend and a brother, and has been doing so wonderfully well to be among us. Is no other person than Jolie McFly. Jolie McFly. Before we go to questions, so we're quickly taking recognition of people in the community. So write your question down, question and answer. We're going into the question and answer. Jolie McFly, thank you for. And first of all, to an ICANN fellow and also a UASG ambassador, no other person but Amina Ramalan. You are welcome to our midst. Thank you so much for joining us. And then I move upward. You know, in my village, they say something about the big elephant and the last, to be spoken about. An IG expert and also, apart from also being an ICANN fellow. If there's anything like senior and junior, she's no other person than, of course, Mistura Haruna. So, yeah. I see Amina responding, and I see Haruna too has responded. Please, if you can keep in 30 seconds words each while we prepare the ground for questions, if there is any. If there is any question, I can see people already say. So while we're preparing for question session, Madam Mistura Haruna, could you please, Dr. Mistura Haruna, if I have to push it back to you again. You have 15 minutes. Oh, sorry, 15 seconds. Go ahead. You have the mic.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Akimbo, President, Kunle Olorundare, Engineer. Nabil, thank you so much for the presentation. In fact, I kept listening and listening and listening. I was like, wow. And I'm sure we're going to invite you to join when we are going to organize the Nigeria version 1. Amina, the ambassador, is currently organizing that. So I got fascinated with the buy-in, especially call to action, buy-in of government and creation of awareness. And I'm going to hammer on that is very key. If we can get the buy-in of government, make sure all our systems are UA compliant, I don't think we will have any issues. And creation of awareness outreach is very key. So thank you so much, Nabil. ISOC, you guys have a lot to do. We are collaborating and we continue to collaborate. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for all you do for us, Mr. Haruna. We really, really appreciate you. I want to take the opportunity to call on Amina Ramilan. You should be doing an advertisement for the next program, I presume. So, Amina, you have the floor.
Amina, by the way, is one of the UA ambassadors, and we are proud of Amina and the work she is doing. I met her during the recent ICANN meeting.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning. My name is Amina Malan, a staff of the Nigerian Communications Commission, and I can follow, and I'm also a UA ambassador. Thank you so much, Nabil, for this wonderful presentation. Nabil is always available. If you reach out to Nabil and you say you have a session, you want him to speak, Nabil is always available to speak, especially when it comes to Universal Acceptance. Thank you also to ISOC. I just want to add that Universal Acceptance, just to echo what Nabil has said, it's a multi-stakeholder effort. So everyone has a part to play in order to bring the next billion people online and to make the internet multilingual. The key is to make the internet inclusive so that it doesn't push out a particular set of people. Everyone should have equal rights to accessing the internet, no matter what script they use. So thank you, everyone. So just to add, there are more Universal Acceptance events happening from now till May 30th. So if you go to the UASG website, you'll see a lot more events. Some are just awareness like this, some are training, some are adoption events. So thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Amina, for that brief. And of course, Jolly is here. Jolly, you have the floor, 30 seconds running. Jolly, I can't see you. You have a message, yeah, go ahead. Okay, so we can't hear Jolly. However, if you have any question, you could always raise question in the chat room. Okay, so while Jolly was talking, I took the opportunity to share the website of the UASG.tech. I'm fortunate enough to be a member, and also I had to share the ICANN link he shared with us on his in his presentation. We would do the needful by getting the presentation so that we can, Oh, okay. Thank you, Jelly. Thank you for that message. Understood. Okay, so moving session, question and answer session. If you have a question, please raise up your question. Please do raise up your hand. Background, sending directly to me to say thank you to the professor. So that means we are all in good shape. Once again, I want to use this opportunity to reach out back to Professor Nabil Benamar for what he is doing, what he has done, and what we have been told he would continue to do, not just because he's the vice chair of UASG, but because he's an active member of the Universal Acceptance Steering Group. Okay, so thank you, Nabil, so much. We really appreciate you. We look forward to getting your presentation. We know some people are busy because it's a work day. Back at the presentation. So it's been recorded as we speak, and it will be shared with the Nigerian public. Having said that, I will be calling on the Honorable Treasurer. Honorable Treasurer, ma. I hope I'm not mixing now. Okay. The Financial Secretary, I know I saw them on the call. If you're having technical glitch, no problem. Madam Priscilla, could you please take the floor for the vote of thanks? Okay. We all know that the sea under cable damage is affecting a lot of tech people in the industry, so I may have to do it. I'm in the village anyway, so probably I'm using the spiritual broadband, so I'm making sure that we are connected. In the absence of the financial secretary, or with the challenges that the financial secretary and treasurer is going through, I would call on the PRO to do the vote of thanks. Bilyamin Omar, are you there? Okay, we don't want to take too much of our time because this session is being recorded on behalf of the Internet Society. Okay, Madam Priscilla, the floor is yours.
Okay, apologies, please. I had a little delay in getting what you were saying, so my apologies, please. Thank you so much. On behalf of Internet Society, we want to sincerely appreciate everyone that has joined this call to listen to what we have to say today and to help us, to join us to celebrate the Universal Acceptance Day that is dedicated to honoring the remarkable contributions and achievements of all of us who have come together, multi-stakeholder group who have come together to ensure that the right policies and the right things are being put in place to ensure that UA Day comes to play. So want to appreciate everyone that have joined us on this call. Want to especially thank our speaker, Nabil, who has taken his time to speak to us today, to educate us on this special day. We also want to thank those who have also joined this call, who have contributed in one way or the other. Thank you to our hosts. Thank you to you, Engineer Kunle, and all the ISOC schools. We do hope that we have all learned from this interesting interaction, and that in one way or the other, we'll be able to apply some of the things that we have learned in our living, in our daily lives on the internet. So once more, we say thank you and have a very beautiful day. I hand over the mic to you.
Thank you, Mars. Thank you so much for that. We want to say a special appreciation to everyone on behalf of the president. He has mandated me that I should say thank you, just the word thank you, and that we should be looking forward to our next program. Our next program is tomorrow. Please be informed our next program is tomorrow, March 27, 2024 by 10 a.m. We will be doing we'll be having a technical conference on sustainable last mile connectivity in Nigeria. ISOC Nigeria will be doing the live stream. The link will be made public to everyone, as we made public prior to this. It will also be made public again. Don't forget, we have a Telegram room, which you can get to easily. That is t.me/ISOCNG. In that particular technical conference too. It's a lot we need to know about community network, and there's a lot we need to do. It is being powered by the UK International Development, sponsored by the UK International Development, supported by ATCON, our very own ATCON, and organized by the IDI, Initiative for Digital Inclusion. Like I said, ISOC Nigeria will be live streaming it. It's tomorrow, 10 a.m., don't forget. On that note, Honorable PRO, are we doing the closing prayer? Honorable PRO, sir, you are there?
Please remember our pictures, though.
Okay, thank you for reminding me. Yes. Okay, so everyone, this is the time where you switch on your camera. Everyone, switch on your camera. We need to take a group picture. PRO, get ready. My powerful secretary is there. My powerful secretary.
I've always been around.
Yes, so yes, I know that. I just wanted to see your face without background.
All right, thank you.
You have been
right, thank you.
Oh, Guy Joshua.
Thank
you. Okay. Amachina, you have to remove your hand. We need to see both your eyes. Yes, we are the team. God bless you. Okay, John, well done. Yeah, that's Samuel. Yeah, okay, Musa. Yeah, same here, same here. Okay, we are expecting more cameras to be open
Madam Priscilla. Our power. Okay, we're almost set for the pictures. I would have said cheese, but I'm waiting for people to get, you can use your perfume now. This is the best time to use. Okay, taking the first shot. Waiting for others to join us. If there is any other person, in the absence of any other person. Oga Christopher, thank you for joining. Any other camera on? None. Okay. Oga, yeah. Final picture, ready. Thank you, everyone. PRO, over to you. In the absence of PRO, Honorable Secretary, please lead us in the second stanza of the national anthem. We'll join you and support you as we close. Sir, I didn't get him.
The closing prayer, the second stanza of the national anthem. We'll support you. We'll all support you.
Okay, so let's on our mics and let's start.
O God of creation.
All right.
Noble cause. Guide our leaders right.
Help our youth to know in love and
honesty to grow, and live in just and truth, great lofty height attain, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. On that note, we may stop the recording. You may stop the recording. And so nice to have